fiber to good bacteria is like Justin Bieber to a 13-year-old girl. Like, they go crazy. They're like, they just.
How do you go through Thanksgiving?
I don't eat a turkey.
So you just go straight with your own diet, and then.
So even just the breast.
I haven't eaten meat in 3 years. Yeah. So remember what I'm saying. I'm not saying go vegan. I'm saying if you do eat meat, half a deck of carbs or less, to do what? Not kill joy, but to reduce your risk of heart disease, cancer, and autoimmune disease, and erectile dysfunction being the canary in the coal mine. So if you're like, hey Lance, you just killed all my joy. If you're thinking of pleasure, then continue to do what you want and then suffer later on.
Right.
But if you want to reduce risk of the top 2 killers in the US, what my mom and dad were specifically affected by, heart disease is the #1 killer, cancer is following right behind it. Those 2 kill 1 million people every year.
Stress.
Well, it's oxidative stress.
Right.
Root cause level, yeah. But from a number of different things, primarily driven by what we eat. Probably 89% what we eat. And what we don't eat as well. So we're not eating enough of the good and we're getting too much of the bad. That's the problem.
Dead weight, dead energy.
You are what you eat. If you're eating dead, you become more dead. Bottom line.
That's what kind of
I'm killing myself. French food, Italian food, Mexican food,
I mean, you're killing me, right?
bread.
So Lance, like
Killing with the truth, right? So that's what it is, though.
Alright. No, this is like my question. What would you recommend for like healthy carbs? Because right now I'm at 45% carbs, 35% protein, and then the rest is just fats. So like fats, I kind of like use like avocado in the morning. Probably like carrots for some carbs as well for energy, like morning gym. And then I'll just usually eat chicken or turkey. I never eat meat. I try to stay away from meats. It's just either like red
Chicken
meats.
is meat.
Well, like red
Turkey.
meats, like
Yeah. They're all the same, though.
yeah.
They all have cholesterol. They all have saturated fat. They're all acidic.
So don't.
They
But
can
they're
have
not lean.
parasites.
They're-
Yeah,
aren't
whether
they
it's
lean?
eggs,
That's
whether
what
it's
they
eggs.
said.
But wouldn't
Who
it be
said no?
leaner though?
That's what they said on TV, man, is you have to eat breast.
Who runs
I mean, the
TV?
White meat is much better than red.
Who runs TV, though?
Tyson, maybe?
Advertisers. Who runs advertisers? Corporations.
Ooh.
I worked for PepsiCo. They have a lot of money, and they have really good lobbyists. Tyson is no different.
Oh,
They
man.
have lots of money, and they have really good lobbyists. And when I say lobbyists, people who literally,
Yeah.
their job is to stiff arm people like me who get big and try to take their profits,
Right.
or they say, hey politician, if you don't pass a law to protect our chicken profits, we're gonna fund the competition and get you out of office. That's how it works.
Ooh.
So that's how it works. And they have lots of money and really good lobbyists. And whether it's Tyson, whether it's the beverages, the sodas, the chips, the fried foods, the fast foods, they all got them. They got lots of people with lots of money.
The hell with a turkey breast?
It's
You go, we're being
Same thing.
I'll speak for myself. I was brainwashed. I was indoctrinated. Just because it's on TV, you got to ask who's funding it and are they telling you everything? And guess what? They're not going to tell you either of those in that commercial. You may be able to be like, oh, it's KFC, but who else paid for that though? Because sometimes the government is in on it. Like cheese, there was a big cheese campaign that got pushed by the government and actually funded Domino's and other companies to have commercials promoting stuffed crust pizza. That was literally funded by the government to push cheese.
Why? Just because.
Marketing.
Marketing.
Yeah, just eat it.
So there's, I think that might have been, I forget what documentary that was, but they were talking about, that was happening. So here's a saying: if you don't know who the fool is in the room, it's probably you.
Yep.
And if you're looking at a commercial and you're like, you ain't gonna fool me. But if you're still eating those things and being indoctrinated and doing all that without knowing who's funding it, are they telling you the information, the fact-based research around it, then the fool will be me, because I am literally doing what they're telling me to do. Maybe not, I'm not eating that chicken or I'm not eating that red meat, but I'm eating something else that I think is better. But
I did a Qigong course in Henderson, and Qigong is like the Tai Chi, the breathing
Yeah.
exercises and whatnot. And a portion of the course was dealing with food healing. He wrote some amazing books and all that, and you know, just kind of back to the vibrational level and energy of our bodies, you know. And just, it's so fascinating. And it's really, these vessels of ours, you know, can resonate, you know,
Yeah.
and can do amazing things.
That's right. The body can heal itself when it gets what it needs. To answer your question about the carbs,
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
millet, lentils,
Lentils?
quinoa.
Okay.
Quinoa's great.
Those are more grain or seed based, but if you're looking for
Does it give
vegetable
you
based,
energy though? Like, would it give you
Absolutely.
energy at the gym? Because like, I'm trying to cut off like all supplements, like pre-workouts and all this
Right.
stuff.
yeah, most of those are garbage. The ingredients are pretty bad.
And I'm like really like, I mean like just trying to be as healthy as possible. Like,
The thing with cooked foods is they lack enzymes. Enzymes break down your foods. They break down fiber, carbs, proteins, fats. And so think of the good bacteria in your gut as like little people. If I just gave you a watermelon and I said, take a bite, go ahead, knock it out, you'd probably be like, that's a whole watermelon. Do I need to cut it up first? Enzymes cut that watermelon up so that it's a little triangle so that you can eat it. Just like they break down your fiber, carbs, fat, and other things so that your good bacteria can eat it and give you energy. The side effect or the waste product of good bacteria is B vitamins, which actually give you energy. Bad bacteria, their byproduct, when they're in your gut, is mycotoxins that make you sick. They are literally making you sick when they release their bad stuff. And so you want a 10-to-1 ratio of good bacteria to bad bacteria, and good bacteria go crazy. They're like fiber to good bacteria is like Justin Bieber to a 13-year-old girl. Like they go crazy. They're like, you know, they just want to break that fiber down and work it, and, you know, all that stuff, right? So that's what it is. Bad bacteria, their main food source is things like meat, dairy. They do eat sugars and other stuff like that, but they go crazy over like sugar and meat and dairy and eggs and stuff like that. They love those acidic foods.
what was the first one you said? Lentil, quinoa, and what else?
Lentil, quinoa, millet.
Is this all in your website or your?
A little bit of digging,
A little bit, okay.
yeah, but so I'm working. So my specific website for Natural Solutions for Moms has some recipes, and then I'm building up some more for them as well. But I do have recipe sheets and other resources as well that have lots of different recipes in it and benefits of it. So it just, yeah, if you want, let me see, I think I have my sheet here. I can let you get some more information. If you want more information, I do have a little sign-up sheet here. Just you can just let me know what you want specifically in the. You can just let me know somewhere here because that's more class specific. And then there's that. And then other healthy carb sources would be greens. So collard greens, spinach, kale, chard. I do them in a green smoothie. Others healthy.
All those things together?
No, they're just giving me options. Chard, I'd probably start with that. It's more mild.
Chard. Never heard of that.
Organic, yeah, Swiss chard, that's good. And then other carb sources that are good: apples, banana, oranges, pineapple, mango, melons, honeydew.
Could you just
watermelon.
blend all those? Just
I do. I make a green smoothie, but you want to follow a recipe because if not, it could taste like armpit and like, green armpit juice or something. Yeah. So I have recipes that I give. If you don't follow, if you just like don't, hey, Lance says some kale and some this and that, I'm just gonna, mix it all up and make it happen, and then you be like, ooh, you can have that effect, and it's like, well.
What's your Instagram again? Like, cause I follow you, but I haven't like.
Tropical Smoothie Guy will have lots of green smoothie recipes. So if you follow one of those, I can guarantee your results. But if you stray from
all together.
Tropical Smoothie, all together, Tropical Smoothie Guy, yeah.